What's up guys, this is Ginger, and today I want to talk to you guys about how to formulate a game plan. I have quite a bit written down here, so I'm probably going to be reading a bit, but I want to be really specific about what I talk about so that you guys have a good understanding of how to go about this. So let's get into it. First of all, I wrote down that you have to start thinking about it strictly from a character-to-character perspective. You don't have to take into account your opponent yet. This is purely character-to-character. Think of their character's weaknesses, and then think of your character's strengths, what positions they're weak in, where their options are limited, right? This is what most people refer to as a general game plan, right? This isn't like the game plan that you'd use against every opponent that you ever have in that matchup, but it's something you can kind of lead with when you go into a set against somebody that you're not exactly sure what to expect. For example, you can take Puff versus Falco. This is a matchup that I know very well. Puff is very weak on the ground, has extremely limited options, especially if you get her in laser stun, right? So my game plan, or I guess my general game plan, would be to get her on the ground, right? Wait until she gets on the ground, shoot lasers, and then force a mix-up, right? This is exactly where she has a mix-up disadvantage and where I have all of my tools available to me. Now, once you've got that general game plan, you can start to mold it and adjust it to the person that you're playing against. So you can think about how your specific opponent chooses to play around those weaknesses. Once you have this information, you can kind of adjust and hard punish their adjustments as they come, right? This can either be done through analysis or it can be done through kind of on-the-fly adaptation in the middle of the set. For example, I played against a Marth player at Don't Park in the Grass, and I actually wasn't sure what to expect from him. I know that he had beaten a couple top 100 players in his region, that he was pretty good against Falco, that he had a couple combo videos out, so I thought, well, this is a guy I can't really, get a gist of without really watching him. And so I went online, I looked up a couple YouTube videos, and the biggest thing that I found that I could exploit is that Marth is very weak on the edge. So in general, that's like your general game plan is to push Marth to the corner, get them on the ledge, and then, exploit their weaknesses. Now, what he would do is he would do a waveland straight down every single time and then try to do something afterwards, whether it be full hop to the side platform, whether it be dash attack, forward smash from that waveland straight down instead of doing a general ledge dash when you actually sink all the way into the stage, right? So since he would do this, I know that he most likely wasn't doing it with a lot of invincibility, so I would just walk up, and I got 2 free stocks in a set that's a best of 3, right? Or maybe it was a best of 5, but I got 2 free stocks in one match, just walking up to him and down smashing him. This worked extremely well. This isn't necessarily something, it's not like if I was talking about a general game plan of Falco versus Marth, I would say, oh, you just want to walk over there and down smash. But if you're trying to think of a game plan against a specific person, you can find certain things, certain habits that you can exploit, right? This can be extremely effective in terms of getting a stock, or it can lead a small opening and maybe some conditioning to build off of, but either way that works out. And then a different example is Ryan Ford, who has been playing for God knows how long and has been adapting his play over the years, right? So I could watch a set of him versus Falco, and most of the time it'd be Trillium or something, right? But, they have their own conditions kind of set up back and forth between them, and he's been playing Falcos for, 9 years now or something. So the VODs really didn't help me out too much, and you can actually watch my set with him, and you'll see I lose the first 2 stocks very badly. He was up 4 stocks to 2 on Yoshi's, and I almost bring it back and win that because I started to adjust my game plan to what he was doing. This isn't something that I had premeditated or anything, but I just watched and recognized what he was doing and went from there. So it requires some mindfulness, but it's really important because you can actually make those happen, right? And if you are going to make those adaptations that are really mindful in the middle of the set as they happen, it requires 2 things. First, you have to have the knowledge of the mix-ups in the first place, and 2, you have to have the ability to execute the counter adaptation right away, right? So this leads me to kind of my wrap-up point. But what I essentially wrote down here is, do not try to play outside of your potential range, right? You should play how you practice. And if you don't know how to deal with a certain option, instead of trying to do things on the fly and failing, consider even just trying to avoid that situation entirely. And just try to play more towards your strengths, be patient in those situations and wait for something better to come. This can benefit you in the long run, right? So I hope that this video is helpful for you guys, and if you guys have any questions, leave them down in the comments and I'll try to address them when I can, alright? Thank you guys, and I'll catch you later. Peace.